So guys, I have reviewed this book few times because I've given some positions, and generally I receive the comment, oh, but in the introduction the author wrote that it's for players that are rated around 2000. And I said, look, this is a strategy, it's not tactics. The rating is based on the fact that you play against someone else. Is not really for puzzle. Strategy, you need to ask yourself some questions. And this is what I try to explain to you guys. Is not everything a question of rating. You play chess because you want to use your brain. If you use your brain, no matter who you have in front, if you play the right move, you win. If you are 1500, 2000, and the one you have in front is 2700, he will lose, because it's a question of thinking. In chess, it's a question of thinking. Instead, many people want the computer to do the thinking and not thinking for themselves. However, I'm going to prove it to you with a position. You just needed, obviously, to believe me that I'm honest and that I didn't watch the solution. This position, I got one by chance, and I will get many others. It's not a big deal for me. This is position 28 in the book. Okay, I didn't watch the solution. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but I open the book. Page 13, the 28, it's black to move. And he asked me, choose between c takes d5 or e takes d5. I'm sorry. I don't think you need to be a 2000 rated player to understand that e takes d5 is a losing move. Notice that you can also notice other strange things in this position, like, I don't know, the fact that this queen strangely got a rook. But is this a poison thing because the queen will not be able to get out of there? So I don't know anything about the opening, but I know this is out of a place and maybe it's going to get killed. That's a problem, right? Because as you can see, all the squares are controlled by white. So clearly black was not was a little too greedy. But the problem is, he asked me, do you want to play c takes d5 or e takes d5? I don't have to think even 1 second. The right move for me is c takes d5. And you say, but how do you know? And I tell you, because the king is in the center. It's on an open file. If I do this, is clearly suicide, because he can do this, he can do this. It's over. He's gonna kill me with the king in the center. So you understand, you don't want to open the line in front of your king when you are still not finished develop and you didn't castle. This is not something that you need to be 2000 rated to know. Okay? And now let's go to watch the solution. Yeah. So the solution was Idani Izanzulov in Tashkent 2022. So this game was played between these two players. Analysis shows that a check on b5 is not particularly dangerous. Wow! That is really something I needed to know, but the check on b5 is not dangerous. Obviously it's not dangerous. But for sure I'm not opening there, no? And let's see what it does he has. Whereas the opening the e file leads to defeat. The specific reason is that it gives white an extra tempo to weave a net around the black queen. Okay, but guys, try to understand one thing. If you have seen Kasparov games, if you have seen Morphy, I think, Spassky, every kind of world champion, you will see at least 10 of our games that they win because they are able to keep the enemy king in the center and they sacrifice a lot of material, okay? So, let's see what happens here if black plays this. Queen e2, check. bishop e7, obviously. Notice queen e2 opens the way for this rook to attack this on a kind of a check. Rook e1, bishop e6, and now there is knight d4. By the way, it seems that in the game black chicken out and played castle. Probably this bishop e6 is the best defense maybe found by the computer. Okay, let's see what happened. Knight d4, it castle. So as you can see, yeah, this is a computer, a typical computer. It doesn't go to get on c4 because it doesn't want to get killed. Bishop d3, e5, a way to try to escape for the queen. Knight b3, cannot escape. A takes b4, and knight takes a1, and the white wins for material, obviously. Now I can show you also the solution for c takes d5, but again, to me it was logical that c takes d5 was the thing. I would have not played e takes d5. Also, if obviously sometimes you need to check if it's right or not with calculation. That's important too. But again, it didn't make sense. It takes d5. You open a file in front of your king for what? You want to get killed. Because the king, unfortunately, especially in the middle game, when all the pieces are on the board, is not really that strong piece that Steinitz would like us to believe. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this. Get the book and you will see also the other solution if you like. If you want, I will show you other positions where I'm definitely able to find the right move just because I think and ask myself some questions. Because strategy is about asking yourself questions. If you don't ask yourself questions at the board, you're just wasting time. That's it. You need to understand what your opponent wants. What are the meaning of the pieces on certain squares? What is their function? Like a worker, right? When you have someone working under you, you ask yourself what that worker should do. And so on and so forth. But if you don't do that, guys, I'm sorry. It's not a question of rating. Rating doesn't matter. Here you need to solve a problem and you need to use your head. And that's why you play chess. Thank you very much.